I strongly believe the Amiga's second coming was found in the Atari Jaguar. I am the Game Collector, and this is Second Opinion Games, and today we do a review of an Amiga port, Syndicate, on the Atari Jaguar. Okay, let's do it.
Second Opinion Games.
To start things off, you're going to need a couple things before you even start playing this game. Of course, you need your Jaguar with its oversized controller with about 17 buttons. And you need your best 13-inch TV to clearly play the game. However, you also need your computer on standby with a complete walkthrough so you have an idea what the heck's going on, and you need the manual flipped opened pretty much halfway, and that's where you see the 4 pages on how to press the buttons to play the stinking game. And they need 4 pages to explain the buttons. That's insane. As if all 17 buttons wasn't good enough, sometimes you have to use a combination of the C button with the number pad. And sometimes you even need to use different combinations of the C and B button together. This is absolutely insanity. Totally, 100% insanity. So it's pretty difficult to start playing this game, knowing that you need all these things. So how's the game play, you ask? Well, it's clunky and very slow. This was definitely a PC/Amiga game and not really meant for the Jaguar. The graphics are just plain bad. The sound effects are very toned down. Some of them are pretty decent, but most of them are just passable. Most of the time you're going to spend in menus just trying to navigate around. The A button's often to select, which isn't usually the case on the Jaguar, so you'll be fuddling around with the B and C buttons trying to get stuff done when really you're just going in circles. And that's probably my biggest complaint is the controls, but I already talked about that a bit, so let's back off the crazy controls for now and get into the gameplay. There's mission briefs, and that's where I told you about looking it up on the internet to try and figure out exactly what's going on, because everything costs money. If you want more information on each brief, you have to pay extra for it. And pretty much everything costs money. You eventually start acquiring territory where then you could raise taxes on your poor people, but then eventually they'll get fed up with paying your high taxes and revolt against you. So it's better off just putting in a cheat code and playing it that way. And it'd probably be a lot more enjoyable then too. There are at least plenty of cheats to get you started in this game with a lot more money and different parts of the map unlocked. And then you'll eventually figure out how to play the game, and after 5 or 6 hours you might even get the controls down. Eventually you'll start doing the missions one at a time and start breezing through the game pretty decent and get a good grasp of it before the really difficult missions kick in. Overall, the game really isn't that bad once you spend a lot of time with it and a lot of research. But I'm just not into all that research, and I don't want to spend all the time on the game. I will give it props though, because to me it feels like this really inspired the Grand Theft Auto series, and the Syndicate series is still going around to this day. It does have a very lasting legacy, and I'm happy that it did find a home on the Atari Jaguar. I just never really want to play it again, because this game really isn't that good for the Jag because of the crazy controls and because of the very slow pace. But that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you like the Jag, I'm completely sorry about this review. I really could not get into this one. However, I am trying to work my way through every single Atari Jaguar game, so please subscribe and leave me a comment. I love to read them. And thanks again, guys.